This is how we sharpen our scythe blades. We start by peening. I made a homemade jig that allows me to hammer the tip of the blade to a sharp point. This is the traditional way to sharpen a scythe blade. They do make jigs for scythes that make sharpening it easier, which we have one coming in the mail, but this actually works pretty good for now. I'm just going to go along the tip, and it just takes time and patience, but once you get it, you can use a sharpening stone and a leather strop to make it razor sharp, and you won't have to peen the blade for a while again. Over time, the blade will develop little pits and places where you need to smash the metal out and straighten it again. That's basically the peening process. Straightening the blade and then also sharpening. I also made a homemade sharpener with a file on one end and a whetstone on the other. This works pretty good for getting out the chips if there are any in the blade, which there weren't on this one, luckily. But the whetstone will just provide me with a good sharp edge, and then I can move to my leather strop. You'll notice that I'm only sharpening one edge of the blade. The amount of times you have to pass with the whetstone vary from blade to blade, but I read that it's somewhere between 1,000 and 4,000 passes. I really like the sharpening tool that I made because it allows me to pass over the blade in different patterns. I can also see a micro edge really well. It's not visible on this camera, but I can see it pretty good in the daylight. Now we're going to use a leather strop. This will provide a razor sharp edge. Not just a sharp edge with a whetstone, but razor sharp. I'm securing the leather strop with a clamp and a heavy duty jack stand. This works pretty good for the job. I put a twist in the strop to meet the curve of the blade. This works really well. Now I'm wiping the blade down with an oil that will protect it from moisture. This will help prevent the blade from rusting. Now it's time to set my handles. I'm going to take the same homemade jig and basically tap the sides of the handle and wedge it down onto the scythe. A scythe is basically just the scythe handle. made out of wood that's been bent into the specific shape. This particular scythe is from 1927. It functions perfectly fine and will last a long time provided we maintain it well. You can see the silver ring on the handle has a part that I made and replaced on this particular scythe. This handle actually works better than the other one. I'm just going to tap around the sides and make sure it's secure. Whatever the work is that I'm doing, I like to get in a flow state. This is a good time to practice now that my handles are set, my blade is sharp, and I am ready. Anything takes practice, and scything is no different. The more I get my body used to the motion and practice scything, the more effective of a scyther I'll be. Thank you for watching my scythe sharpening video.